Hello, boys and girls. How are you doing, guys? I am super duper excited. First of all, I get to hang out with ReShonda Tate Billingsley. Okay, ReShonda, give me a moment because you know I'm fangirling. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it at bay, but I'm super duper excited for you. And congratulations on your 53rd book, if I'm not mistaken, which is amazing, by the way. And so again, we appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us, my friend, at the cafe. Boys and girls, stop what you're doing. Like, tag, and share. Tell everybody that ReShonda Tate Billingsley is hanging out at the cafe to talk about, guys, her latest release, Miss Pearly's Girls. ReShonda, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. This is talking about my new book, Miss Pearly's Girls. As you said, it is my 53rd book. I have been writing and writing, and I love doing this. So I'm always open and loving conversations.
I love that. I love that. And look, looking fabulous, by the way. Love the glasses. I love to see the different glasses and eyewear that you wear when you go live. So those are gorgeous, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes, boys and girls, if you're just joining us, I'm hanging out with the one and only ReShonda Tate Billingsley, guys. We are talking about Miss Pearly's Girls. ReShonda, first of all, we have to talk about this cover. I don't know about anybody else, but when you did the cover reveal, I was like, oh my goodness, must have. First of all, it's ReShonda Tate Billingsley, so I was like, I gotta have it. But this cover is gorgeous. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Thank you. You know, that all is all about my publisher. They did an excellent job with it. The only thing that I had an issue with was, the main woman on the front. I was like, well, is that Miss Pearl's? but what they've always taught me is that you don't really take it literally. And I just love the color. It's the cover. It's vibrant. It's different from what I normally have. So I really do enjoy it.
I love it. And ReShonda, they are giving you some love out there. You have Jennifer Copeland hanging out with us. You have Mama Tony Bonita is hanging out with us. You got Tiffany Jones from Tiff's Happy Place, Midnight Ace from Midnight Ace Book Bar. So they're coming from everywhere. The East Coast, Central Standard Time. Everybody is coming to hang out with you today and to show you some love as well. ReShonda, tell me a little bit about what inspired this story with Miss Pearly's and these four sisters.
Okay, let me first clarify because my grandmother's name is Pearly, and she's from Arkansas, Arkansas. But she would want to be looking down from heaven right now, making sure that I let everybody know that this is not her story, that I write fiction and we don't have all this scandal and secrets in here. But no, I really do. My sister and I have such a great relationship, and I really wanted to explore what would happen when you don't have, the dysfunctional parts of relationships, and then how important it is to heal those. Now, saying that, I don't believe in staying in toxic situations, but if it's possible to fix a broken relationship, I'm all for it.
I love that. And I definitely agree with that as well. Boys and girls, y'all know I'm excited. I'm trying to keep my fangirling at bay so I can get these questions out to ReShonda Tate Billingsley. And guys, of course, you know how we do it here on the cafe. If you have a question or a comment for ReShonda Tate Billingsley, put it in the comment section. We'll be sure to include you. I can't help myself, guys, with showing this gorgeous cover. As ReShonda stated, the cover, the colors and everything is just so vibrant as well. And so she shared with us a little bit about what inspired this story and how it came along. But ReShonda, when you started writing this, can you tell a friend what came first? Was these characters or the plot? What came first with this story?
So what came first for me, as it generally does, is the plot. I come up with the plot and then I fit the characters in. And sometimes, they take on a life of their own. I believe in writing organically. And so my characters will take on their own lives. I may want them to go right, and they're like, nope, I'm definitely going left.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that because, there may be some aspiring writers here, or there may be some new authors here, or what have you, as it pertains to the craft. How important is that to listen to the characters and get a vibe and a feel for where they want the story to go? How important is that?
It's very important. A lot of times what happens is we say, okay, I want this character to do A, B, C, and D. And your character is like, no, I want to do X, W, Z. And so you have to be organic and just let them go. And so I am a firm believer. I will sit and write, and I'm typing and typing and going, oh, no, she didn't just do that, because I let her go. I let it flow organically.
And I'm glad that you said that about that you kind of talk to the characters, because believe it or not, we as book nerdies, we talk to them too. Like, we are talking to the book, like we'll have a full-blown conversation. And I'm glad that you said one of the things that you said, because I know sometimes I'd be like, oh, no, she didn't. She did what? I mean, and sometimes we even want to throw the book, but I'm very I'm protective over my books in my Kindle, so there's no throwing of the books in my house, even though I want to sometimes. You can look at some of my books and they look like they're new, like I hadn't even opened them. I'm just real careful, I get the story in. But that is so good that you said that, so readers can even see that, the authors have a conversation with these characters as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, look, speaking of characters, let's talk about them a little bit. Let's start with the oldest, Maxine. Can you tell us a little bit about her? How would you describe Maxine?
So Maxine is like the mother figure of the book. And one of the things that I really enjoyed writing about Maxine's story is because you start out really not liking Maxine. You're like, okay, she working my nerves and I want to put hands on this first lady. But I believe that no one person is all good or all bad. And so what I try to do when I'm writing is give you the layers. And slowly throughout the book, I'm unveiling those layers that make Maxine the person that she is.
All right, let's talk about Stella and Star. Tell us a little bit about them.
I had so much fun. First of all, I love Star. Star really is, she has the least successful, if you will, but she's the happiest. And so that was purposeful. That was to show Stella has the money. She has, this high profile job, but she wasn't happy. And so I really wanted people to be able to reflect on that. But I had a lot of fun with the twins.
I love it. Okay, the baby. Let's talk about this Leslie.
Poor little Leslie. So for Leslie, again, it's the dynamics of, she had so many issues, from feeling unloved to the colorism to feeling out of place. And for Leslie, it was an issue, a matter of not addressing issues and hurts and carrying those hurts into adulthood. So that was really what I wanted to get with Leslie.
Okay. And you tell us a little bit about that you enjoyed writing the twins characters or what have you, because that was a question that I was going to ask you, is which characters, and it could be more than one, was the most fun and exciting to write, and then which character was more complex for you to write?
So Maxine was more complex because, initially, again, you want to strangle Maxine. But what I really wanted was to go behind the issues of why she was hurt. Was she hurt because she was having to take care of these kids? What were her issues? And ultimately you find out what her issues were. But that's really what I was going for. So she was really complex. Just creating Star and Stella was fun. Star because she's just she's just carefree and happy and at peace with herself. And Stella because I was like, okay, you got Lincoln here. You got this good man here, but because he doesn't fit into the box you created, you're not giving him a chance.
I love that. And with these characters, and of course, we're gonna go to Miss Pearly as well. When you created these particular characters for this book, are they a mixture of some of everybody, or did you kind of have some people in mind?
So I write fiction. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, so what I do is I take bits and pieces of people. I'll get people to say, okay, you wrote about my sister, and you wrote about, my own life. But I take bits and pieces, and then I mix in my imagination so nobody can take me to court.
I love that. I love that as well for that. And so, ReShonda, we know that you are extremely busy. I mean, you have screenplays. I mean, you have books that have gone to film. And of course, you are an amazing author as well. But when you're not writing, and of course, guys, ReShonda just recently got married as well. Congratulations to that as well. But when you're not writing, what can we find you doing, my friend?
Yeah.
Oh, when are you not writing?
Right. So I'm a workaholic, and I really am working on that. I've managed to get it a little bit under control with my new husband, because I just want to lay up and watch movies. But luckily, he said, "Okay, this is our second movie. Now go back to work." But I do. I really just enjoy watching movies, but he says I watch with a critical eye. And he's like, turn it off, turn off the analysis, and let's just watch. And so I'm
ReShonda, it's research. It's research.
I know, always.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, I am having an amazing time hanging out with ReShonda Tate Billingsley, guys. We are talking about her latest release, Miss Pearly's Girls, guys, that released it on 2222 as well, guys. So it is new. If you haven't had the opportunity, let me just tell you, go ahead and one click and get you a copy of Miss Pearly's Girls as well. So ReShonda, do you have a little snippet, just enough to wet their whistles to share with them?
Yeah, one of the things that I love. So the book again is based in Smackover, Arkansas. People always go, "Is that a real place?" And yes, it is. That is originally my hometown, where my roots are. My family is still there, and that's what I wanted to create. I wanted to give people a feel of Smackover, Arkansas. And so while the sisters have branched out into different areas, that's one of the things that I enjoyed most about creating. And then just kind of giving people the insight into that.
Okay. And guys, I'm going to show you that cover again while ReShonda is getting ready to read us a snippet of Miss Pearly's Girls.
All right. I wasn't prepared to read. I'm so sorry. Maybe if I read your email, I would have been ready to.
Okay. Look, you at the cafe. You're fine.
So I'm just going to read kind of in the first chapter where Pearly is trying to talk to Maxine about getting her to heal her relationships with her sister. So she's on the front porch talking with Maxine about it. There was something evil that hung over the Bell sisters. At least that's what Maxine believed. A force that brought out the worst in them all, especially when they were together. So they were at their best when they kept their distance and lived their own lives. That was their reality, even if their mother refused to accept that fact. It just makes me so sad to see my girls hating one another. Her voice was soft and peppered with 1,000 pains. Maxine filled her cheeks with air, then blew out. Mama, we don't hate one another, but we don't get along. Never have, and probably never will. And I'll never understand why. A mist covered her eyes. Maxine paused the sway of the rocking chair. I just don't need the toxicity, Mama. Stella is in her own self-centered world. Star and her moods have always been exasperating. She stopped, and Pearly gave her a hard stare before she asked, and Leslie? Well, I just can't do it. I can't do it with anything. The only thing with any of them, the only thing I have in common with my sisters is that we all love you. And that's all that matters. And now that we've gone through this for at least the 433rd time, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped it. Pearly's eyes narrowed. You don't have to listen, but one day you'll hear me, she said, her voice stern. When all is said and done, family is all you got.
There you have it, boys and girls. That is a snippet of Miss Pearly's Girls. Like I said, you can definitely one click it available. It's also available at some indie bookstores as well. You definitely want to get that. Now, ReShonda, what is something about you that most of your readers may not know?
Something about me, if you follow me on Facebook, you may know that I love to sing, but I really can't sing that well. I mean, I can't be great at everything, but I used to wanted to be a rapper. I'm a poet, so that probably would be natural. But in high school, I was going to be MC Light. I was going to be the next big rapper.
I love that. I love that. Look, I won't put you on the spot to spit some rhymes out. Okay, we take your word for it. I love that. I love that. Now, ReShonda, you've been in the game, you've been in the game of a long time successfully, by the way, like I said, you have some amazing books, 53. By the way, you have some books that have gone to film or what have you. What is something like one piece of advice or a tip that you would share with writers that want to, to get into this literary game?
Don't let anyone but you and God determine your destiny, because there are all kinds of things that can stop you from realizing your dream, whether it's rejection letters, whether it's life getting in the way, but don't let anyone else determine your destiny. And so that's what I always try to tell people. If I had taken those first no's, those first 100 no's I got, because that's what it felt like in the first few months, I would still be waiting.
I love that.
Hoping to get my book published.
Thank you so much for sharing it. And how important is it for, how sometimes I know you hear writers say a lot of times that writers write, what have you. So if there is a person that have that dream to get that book out there, what have you, how important is it for them to take the time to, to write, even if it's 5 minutes a day, or what have you? What is your take on that for them?
Yeah, writers write, right? Stop talking about doing it and do it. But the problem is, what stops a lot of people is they sit down, they open their laptop up, and they try to create this. And you can't. I don't create this on the first time. Good books aren't written, they're rewritten. And so when you sit down the first time, you need to be expecting to see this. So this is, a book that I'm working on, and you see all those notes, that's the rewriting process. And that's what a lot of writers don't take into account.
Thank you so much for sharing that as well. And with you, ReShonda, when you finish a book or when you have a book to release, is there something that you do for fun to kind of like woo-saw or to celebrate?
Yeah, so one of the things I do is I believe in rewarding myself. Always have. So when I finish a book and I get paid for my release of it, I treat myself to something. I'm a purse. I love purses. So I treat myself something, because I used to work to pay bills. And I just had to say, just like I put money in the savings account, I need to make sure that I'm rewarding myself for all of the effort and the hard work that I put into my project.
And I'm so glad that you said that, because that is, and sometimes we, which of course, finishing a book or either releasing the book, that's a big win. But I tell people all the time is sometimes like celebrate your small wins. Sometimes, those little bitty things, like you said, you treat yourself, you're a bag person, I'm a hat person and a shoe person. So I treat myself with hats and shoes. Yep. And fruit snacks. So that's my little bitty treat is fruit snacks, whether it's in the blue box or what have you. But going back to Miss Pearly's girls, can you share with us, what did you enjoy about this story?
I really enjoy the layered look at families. I'm big on families. And so the ability to craft these stories that has the reader going on a roller coaster of emotions is really something that I take pride in. And so that's one of the things that I enjoyed about writing this book.
I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, there you have it. ReShonda Tate Billingsley, guys, hanging out at the cafe, and we are talking Miss Pearly's Girls that is available now, guys. I'm super duper excited to be able to share, and for ReShonda to share with us her latest novel, Miss Pearly's Girls. ReShonda, of course, we have to play a game of this or that, my friend, but I promise you, there is no right or wrong answer, because it is all things according to ReShonda Tate Billingsley. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's start this off. Okay, ReShonda, smooth jazz or old school R&B?
Old school R&B, definitely.
All right, I love it. I love it. Okay, audio book or podcast, my friend?
Audio book all day.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Are you a road trip girl or give you the airplane ride? What are you?
So that's a difficult one. And so when I used to tour, I was all about the airplane. And then our publisher came, and I was with Victoria Christopher Murray on tour, and they said, we're going to put you in a car. And I thought, I don't like to drive, but I love stopping at TJ Maxx. So it was so much fun to be on the road. We could leave when we wanted to leave, and we could stop at every TJ Maxx along I-95. So I loved it. So
I love that. I love that. Making a pit stop at the TJ Maxx. I love that. I love that. Okay, my friend. Sweatpants or leggings to relax in?
Leggings.
Leggings.
Soft leggings.
Okay. All right. Beach trip or the mountains?
Okay, so it's interesting that you would say this because my friends would laugh. I've never been a beach girl until
Okay.
I had somebody that I wanted to be on the beach with.
Okay.
I just came back from Puerto Rico and I was in heaven. I just never found any joy. I was like, what am I going to the beach for? I don't swim. Well, I slept on the beach and I had a blast. So definitely beach trip.
I love that. I love that. Now, ReShonda, this next one, we have to ask here on the cafe. Okay. Are you team tea or team coffee, or do I need to say something stronger?
Oh no, coffee all day, multiple times a day. I drink coffee from anywhere, a gas station in Podunk, Texas, to Starbucks. I am coffee all day.
Now I'm laughing because you said now you are really team coffee because guys, ReShonda Tate Billingsley, the one and only ReShonda Tate Billingsley, says she drinks coffee from anywhere. Because some people they booze you when it comes with coffee. They like, look, now the coffee has to be from blah blah blah.
No, ma'am.
So for you, just give me some good coffee.
At the dentist's office, anywhere.
I love that. Now, while you're writing, do you have a ritual like with your coffee, like everything has to be set up or all that good stuff, or no? Just give me coffee.
And it's because I had 3 children, and one of the things, my kids could care less. So I learned to write anywhere, anyway. I don't have this whole ritual. I don't get to go sit out in a mountain in Maine and meditate and try and get in tune with my characters. I got to try to squeeze in writing while I can. But the great thing now, especially now with my new husband, is he makes sure that I'm eating. Because I will go and not stop. There was one time I was working on deadline, and my sister just came and slid me a chicken wing because she knew I won't stop to eat. So no rituals, I just get it done.
I love it. And get it done, you do, because you have some amazing books that are out there, including, guys, her latest release, Miss Pearly's Girls, as well. But they are loving you for that team coffee out there. Midnight A said that's the spirit. Hashtag coffee. Yes, I love that. Now, ReShonda, of course, we have a giveaway, and I'll let you share what the giveaway is going to be.
So, of course, it's the book, Miss Pearly's Girls, an autographed copy, along with my latest book before this one, which is A Little Bit of Karma. So we're giving away 2 books.
I love that. Oh, my goodness. Now, ReShonda, I want to make sure when I'm going through, is one person getting both books?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to make sure. Guys, you heard it. There is 2 books that are given away. And ReShonda, the way that we do it is I'm just going to go up and down the comment section, and you're, my friend, going to tell me when to stop. And whoever we land on, that is the person that will get that amazing giveaway. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm ready when you are. Just tell me when to stop.
And so what, you're scrolling up and down the comments?
I'm scrolling up the comments, and when you tell me to stop, I will click on that person.
All right, and stop.
All right, Jennifer L. Copeland, you are the winner, my friend. If you will inbox me your information, I'll be sure to get that to ReShonda Tate Billingsley, and we will get you your 2 books as well. Thank you so much for participating with us. ReShonda, the time goes by so fast. This has been so fun hanging out with you. Trust me, you have to come back and hang out with us here at the cafe. But before we go, can you please share how can they get their hands on Miss Pearly's Girls?
So it is available wherever books are sold. You can get the book on Amazon. You can get it at any bookstore, any place that sells books, an independent bookstore. We actually urge people to support independent bookstores as well. So wherever books are sold. And a lot of people ask, should they get the ebook or the paperback book or how they are the audio book? We just want you to read. The paperback is the best in terms of the author's royalties, but no author is turning away audio. Like I do audio books. So we want you to just read. And that's what I appreciate.
I love that. I love that. And guys, like she said, you can get it in ebook, audiobook, print book, whatever suits your fancy. So there is no excuse. And I also want to let you know one of the indie bookstores is Riches in Reading. She is carrying Miss Pearly's Girls, and I will actually be dropping the link. She has a special link for Miss Pearly's Girls. I'll drop it in the comment section that you can order it from Riches in Reading. You can also, like ReShonda said, other indie bookstores, wherever books are sold. We definitely want you to get a copy. And of course, boys and girls, you already know what I'm going to say. Once you finish reading it, outside of telling everybody you know to get them a copy, please make sure you leave a review. I know that ReShonda will be so appreciative of you leaving your kind review as well. Now, ReShonda, how can they stay connected with you?
Yes, I'm on Facebook. I'm on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you can follow me on either my regular page, I'm filled with friends there. I'm at capacity, or my fan page, which both of them are my very long name. And then, of course, there's my website, which was just recently redesigned, so I'm kind of proud of it.
I love that. Now, on your website, is there a newsletter that they can sign up for as well?
Yes, and it is. I urge everyone to sign up for it because that's where we'll keep you up to date on what I'm working on. We have some movie things in the works. I'm so excited about that. Victoria and I are producing our first movie coming out later this year. And so you'll be able to stay in the know on all of that.
I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, there you have it. Make sure you stay connected with ReShonda Tate Billingsley, guys. We are super duper excited because we are talking about Miss Pearly's Girls, guys. This is her latest release. Like, tag, and share. I keep telling you that. Tell everybody. Look, I feel like I'm singing the Anthony Hamilton song, that song. So tell everybody that Miss Pearly's Girls is available as well. And guys, you know how we like to do it here on the cafe as well. I definitely know that we will be spreading the word as well. ReShonda, I definitely want to allow you to have the last words. Is there anything you want to leave with the people on today?
I just really do. I thank everyone for their support. I am blessed to be one of those authors that has experienced longevity in this industry. And I know I owe it all to readers. Every single reader has contributed to the success of me being where I am today. I am one of those. I love writing books. I would do this for free. The great thing is I don't have to.
You don't have to. I love that. And ReShonda, I do have a special message. It's from one of your good buddies, Renee Daniel Flagler. She wanted to let you know that she is really, really super proud of you. Congratulations to you. She says, but she really just want to congratulate you on an amazing writing career and to let you know that it isn't stopping time anytime soon. So I wanted to make sure that I got that message to you from Renee Daniel Flagler as well. Boys and girls, this has been amazing hanging out with ReShonda Tate Billingsley. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear. Thank you so much, ReShonda, for taking the time to hang out with me here at the cafe as well to talk about your latest release, Miss Pearly's Girls. Like I said, guys, it's available where books are sold. Definitely make sure that you go out and get it. Also, tell your friends, come back and watch the replay, things of that nature as well, guys. Make sure you get it, support her, and leave a review. I can't say that enough as well. And guys, as I always say here at the cafe, have an amazing day because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.